Good afternoon. Hello. It's a rainy day here in Georgia. Hey, Michelle. The trees are changing. The water is still falling. Hi. So, hello. We're on like our third day of rain. Like, seriously, it's kind of ridiculous. We are talking today about, hey Cynthia, a Young Living essential oil. Nutmeg is what we're talking about. And then we're going to talk about making yourself a resource when you're doing a lot of personal changing. Sometimes you need a bag or a box of positive things that keep you inspired when you're having like a crappy day. So we'll talk about that second. And we had a request for this morning to talk about the nutmeg oil, which is pretty good because it's a seasonal oil. Also, if you're a Young Living... Oh, okay. Yeah, don't get caught. If you're a Young Living customer this month, if you spend if you're on let me backtrack. Essential Rewards program with Young Living earns you back a percentage if you spend $50 or more a month. Over time, you start to get points back in some pretty significant percentages, and then you can spend those later. So nutmeg is on the 190. If you spend 190 point value this month, you get a free nutmeg, a free orange, a free Christmas spirit. Young Living's pretty good about rewarding your expenditures every month. So right now, just within a few months, I have like 150 points stacked up that they're dollar for dollar. So I can spend $150 on oils free. Since I'm ordering them anyway, might as well make that little extra. Hi, Nina. So first we'll talk about nutmeg. With it, it's who doesn't like seasonal smells like cinnamon, apples, and nutmeg, allspice, pumpkin pie spice, all those kinds of things that are coming up. So nutmeg for Young Living. Well, let me backtrack too. My name is Michelle Wolf, and you can find me at caddyshackdesigns.com. There's a tab at the top for my Young Living oils, and there's a stuff for everything else I do. The camera angle's kind of weird because I'm set up differently because I want to show you that the buffer bag, and the buffer bag term came from Michelle Lee 331, who, if you're not following, you should follow. This will make doing paperwork so much more fun. So nutmeg, Myristica fragrans, Latin. I'm sure I butchered the pronunciation. It's steam distilled from fruits and seeds. And the source is Indonesia and Tunisia. Now, the Young Living farms are all, if you wanted to visit one, you could. You can go anywhere in the world and you can visit the Young Living farms and see for yourself the conditions of the people who work there and see the conditions of the plants. You can view the process of how it's gathered. You can even volunteer to work on these farms. In fact, the lavender farm in Utah, during planting season and stuff, you can go out there and work. So you can actually work with the plants that are going to end up in your oils, which is one reason why I went with Young Living in the first place. And also the lavender farms, just by the way, hey Sarah, are hand weeded. So there's absolutely zero chemicals. Same thing with the international farms. So you can go to the farm in Indonesia and Tunisia where these oils are sourced from and visit. Hello, I haven't done your Koya thing yet, but I have it bookmarked because my intention is to do it. I don't want to miss that. I had the twins that day, so I didn't get to do it. Okay, so nutmeg is anti-inflammatory, a stimulant. I don't like the smell of it by itself. I do like to add it to cinnamon and orange. Oh, you totally could. Cinnamon and orange, and they make a blend Christmas spirit that I like to add nutmeg to. It's just, these oils are so freaking strong that to smell it by itself is a little like sort of like a nutmeg punch in the face. It's really, really strong, but it smells awesome in the diffuser and with other stuff. So, it has been used for centuries for digestive and kidney problems. I don't know what with the kidney. It's supposed to be an appetite stimulant, though. So, I probably don't need it. But, if I put it with the cinnamon, it smells so good, it's irresistible. For bad breath, again, I don't know. Maybe you'd have bad breath because of your kidney problems. I don't really know. It says it has adrenal cortex-like activity that helps support the adrenal glands for increased energy. I could definitely see where this oil could be a stimulant, and this is the book I'm reading from. Hi, Amelia. I saw your part of your scope this morning. I didn't get to see the whole thing yet, but I really do enjoy them. Says it's good for muscle aches and pains, nausea, nervous fatigue, support for the nervous system in general. It's okay to be taken internally, but again, it's super strong. Good morning! And you have to use your own judgment when you're taking oils internally. That's a personal decision for everyone. I'm pretty cautious. Other people just dive right in and take them internally, and they don't have issues. So it's totally up to you. But this is on the list of ones that are safe for internal use. It blends well with cinnamon bark, clove, cypress, frankincense, lemon, orange, patchouli. Patchouli smells like dirty hippie feet, so I don't know. Rosemary, melaleuca, and melissa. It's sweet, musky, spicy. The intensity level is 4. I don't know what that intensity level is, but it is really, really strong. So if you're using this in the diffuser, I would put 2 drops of nutmeg, 2 drops of cinnamon oil, and 2 drops of orange. That smells super good together. You could toss in a drop or 2 of lemon to give it a stronger citrus note. I know, right? They're so strong. These last forever. I've had this bottle. It's probably about half empty, and I've had it for a couple of years. And you can cook with these. You can cook with cinnamon. You can cook with the nutmeg oils. You can cook with the lemon oils. You can make tea with it. How I've used these oils. Oh, thank you. Yes, it's my birthday today. If you brine your turkey with Thanksgiving coming up, I'll make a brine for the turkey. And the last 2 years, I have added a drop of nutmeg, a drop of cinnamon, thank you, a drop of lemon, and a drop of orange in with the brine. And then I also add, peppercorns and stuff, turkey brine stuff. But you can use these in your kitchen. You don't have to just use them for emotional stuff. For me, it's just not one I use. Except in cooking. I have used it in pumpkin spice cookies. That was really good, too. But seriously, like 1 drop for the whole batch. Because this stuff, it's no joke. No kidding. It's like stout. All of their oils are really, really strong because they're not diluted with anything. So they're steam distilled and they're super concentrated, which means they'll last forever. So although they may be pricey up front, I don't think nutmeg is particularly expensive, but they last a very, very, very long time. So that's nutmeg. And we've been talking about keeping inspiring things in your house when you're going through change. And a lot of people are using oils for physical change and emotional change and spiritual connection. And we talked about how I have many altars all through my house of little inspiring things. So little collections of figurines or pictures or necklaces or just things that I find beautiful and sacred. I make little clumps of them throughout my entire house. And when I had an office, I had a little altars on my desk too. No one has to know what they are. They're just little pockets of sacred, beautiful things for you to, as you go through your day, to remember your connection to spirit and to remember to, just relax. Everything's okay. And just to remember that. So when we're getting used to seeing the world in a different way, it can be really hard to remember what in the heck we're supposed to do. It can be hard to remember to let go of the things going on in our head and reach for love and reach for peace instead of those things. So having little reminders around the house can help you. And I had mentioned that I have this box that I'm going to show you. I'm going to take this off the tripod now. And see if I can turn this around. Sometimes it'll turn around, sometimes it won't. If it doesn't, I'll just turn the camera around. I would like you to function, please, Periscope. Oh, with your difficult self. Isn't that irritating? Then I'm afraid if I tap it too much, I feel like I'm poking myself in my own eyeball. If I tap it too much, swipe down to stop, double tap to flip the camera. That's what we're doing, and it's not working. All right, I'll have to lift it up and show it to you. Oh, there's my cluttery house. Ah! Periscope teaches us patience. Ah! Okay, I'll just pick it up and show it to you. So, Michelle had called it a buffer box. So you like your collection of inspiring things to keep you back on track when your cheese slips off your cracker and you go bananas for a little bit. If you can remember to run for your buffer box or your buffer bag, you can find your inspiring stuff and get back on track. So here's what I have in mine. So it's just one of these little cheap fabric pop-up tote things that you can get from Walmart. Maybe you can kind of see. So, it can be a bag, it can be a box. It's just something for you to remember to inspire you to come back to spirit. These are like a funhouse mirror. Have you noticed, like, depending on the angle of the camera, your head is, like, really big or your boobs are, like, really big? So anyway, here's what's in mine. Couple of oracle decks I keep in mind. Usually if I'm caught up in an illusion or an internal argument or a compulsion to make a decision, yeah, like a magic funhouse mirror, pulling a card will help me remember, oh yeah, let's just reach for love instead and see what happens. And let's just relax and take a deep breath and let ourselves off the hook and let the other person off the hook and just chill the fuck out. So, couple of oracle deck cards in mine, a little notebook that's a Reiki log. Sometimes if something extraordinary happens during a Reiki session, I'll make some notes. If I'm working with an animal and I want to keep track of their progress, I'll keep the notes in here. And so just seeing this notebook reminds me like, hey, this might be a good situation to apply some Reiki to, instead of anxiety, because applying anxiety doesn't do a damn bit of good. This plaque thing that I got from my last job when I was a sex assault response team coordinator. Okay, bye! It reminds me, it says the power of one. This is true for all of us. The little things you do each day have the power to affect a great many people. You inspire us with your willingness and ability to help others. You take on the world one day at a time, continuously searching for a way to make things better. Seizing the opportunity to improve everyday life, you make a difference. Little things make a difference. You too. Little things you do every day make a difference for yourself and others, because as we heal ourselves, we heal the world. So I have some oils in here too. I have gratitude, because gratitude fixes everything. If you can remember to appreciate what you have gets bigger. your opportunities to express gratitude grow. And I also have this ULA balance, because if I'm freaking out that I need to go find my buffer box, which is, I love that name for it, I'm out of balance. So sniffing on this helps. I have this reminder to do the work by Byron Katie, and to ask myself, what story am I telling right now? Am I telling a story that's true? Probably not. If I'm all freaked out, I'm lying to myself on some level. Panic and fear comes from a mind that is believing a lie that you just told it. So when you're freaking out, you've told yourself a story that's not true. And the work by Byron Katie helps you identify what story you're telling and pick it apart so that you remember that, oh, that's just a story. And since I'm the one telling the story, I'm the one that can tell a different story. So also I have a bag of buttons. Did your grandmas have button jars? These were all in a jar that broke. Thank you, Tonka, the naughtiest cat in the world. So now they're in a Ziploc bag, but they're just pretty. Sometimes sensory activities can help calm you down. So if you treat yourself like an autistic child a little bit and do some sensory things, so just fiddling with the buttons. They sound cool. They're pretty colors. They're just fun. They remind me of childhood stuff. They remind me of my daughter who loved her button box. So it just helps me find some positive touchstone memories to draw on and to reset myself with. I have a ton of books in here, things that I find inspiring. Marianne Williamson, Martha Beck, Tosha Silver's book, Change Me Prayers, reminds me to change myself and not waste time asking other people to change, because other people don't change. Not for us, not to make us feel better. And we shouldn't ask that of them anyway. We should work on ourselves instead. There's some little art cards in here that I can take out and just draw a quick sketch or do a quick color study. Draw a leaf, a cat paw, whatever. Drawing helps reset me. And then paint chips. Color is really important for mood. Plus I like to think about painting. I don't do it because it's a lot of work, but I like thinking about it, and I really like paint chips. So it's another sensory thing, just focusing on colors and thinking about home projects that my husband can do. Not me, but I can make long lists for him. Hey, Linda! Paint chips are just super fun for me. I don't know, it's a little weird, but sensory activities help. Keeping a strong lotion that you like and giving yourself a hand massage. Like you could throw a bottle of really nice lotion in here and give yourself a nice hand massage. Then you're engaging your sense of smell, your sense of touch, possibly your sense of taste. More paint chips. And then just a couple of magazines. Like sometimes we get too serious. We need to read about cats. Or we need to read about growing things. Mother Earth News is one of my favorite. I love to can foods, and it's apple season right now, so I have plans to make applesauce. Cat videos are hilarious and a great way to get positive. So just put some magazines in here that just have nothing to do with anything except pure entertainment. So you could put like a People magazine or an entertainment magazine for just something lightweight if you're getting too serious. That's what's in that box for me. I like the idea of putting some lotion in there, and I like my 2 oils that are in here. I like my buttons, and oracle cards are fun. And then I'll show you. So what sits next? Ugh, it's really heavy. What sits next to this is my whatever current crochet or knitting project I'm working on. So I have this gigantic crochet hook. It's a size U for those of you who crochet. I crochet or knit in the winter because this stuff's too hot to hold on your lap in the summer. So right now I'm working with these 2 colors. Yeah, it's super soft. Also, it's also a sensory activity, touch and getting yourself back in your body. the sensory activities of the buttons and the paint chips and the oils also brings you back into your body so that you're present, and you can find solutions better if you're present in your physical body. And so I don't know why there's a Band-Aid in here. I suppose if you cut yourself on some soft yarn, you could patch yourself up. That's ridiculous. There's also some matches in here. I guess if you get frustrated with a project, you can just set it on fire. I don't know how those things got in there. But this is, again, I don't even know what this is. I don't even have children. How does this stuff get in here? Well, I don't have children at home. And this is the Afghan I'm working on. The nice thing about the big hooks is that you can run 2 strands of yarn together and you can make a big old fat fluffy Afghan really fast. Yeah, a little fire. Don't know. Don't know where it came from. Don't know why it's in here. What else have we got in here? We've got some headphone adapters. It's bizarre. Bizarre. And a yarn counter. So anyway, yarn's cheap, relatively speaking. It's cheaper than meth. That's my, it's cheaper than meth. It's cheaper than beer. I don't drink or use meth, but I figure if anything is cheaper than meth, then I should probably justify its expense. I love cozy yarn. And crochet brings you back into your body, plus it calms your mind. When I used to work with boys in a juvenile detention facility and girls, and then I also worked with adolescent boys from 13 to 21 in a substance abuse recovery center for teens. We taught them how to crochet because it will calm your mind. It's hand-eye coordination. It is repetitive and peaceful. It's wonderful. Knitting and crocheting is one of the best things you can do for yourself if you're under stress after you learn it. If you don't know it, don't try to learn it when you're stressed because it'll make you want to kill yourself or kill the person who's trying to teach you. And that's not good for anybody. So, that's what's in my buffer bag and box, my buffer box. And I would strongly encourage you, if you are making changes or just to stay positive, because we talked a lot of this week about, or last week, oh yay, that you have to do this stuff every day. You don't eat once and call it good for a lifetime. You don't drink water one time a day. You don't sleep one time and then that's that. And you have to exercise every day. You have to exercise every day, and that means something spiritual too, if that's what you're into. These things are a lifetime. When you're growing and trying to stay connected to spirit every day, it requires something every day. Even if you're just not into spirituality, but you're just trying to stay positive, you have to do something every day. And sometimes we forget. So setting up miniature altars all around your house or your office space, keeping yourself a go-to buffer bag. I have a file on the computer. Anytime a parent or a client or somebody sent me a thank you note or a little note of appreciation, I keep that stuff. I scan it now. If it's a handwritten thing, I'd scan it because we have a 650 square foot house, so we don't keep anything. We've digitized nearly everything. So I keep that stuff on the computer. So if I have a day where I'm like, God, you're a shitty coach or something horrible, I actually don't say things like that to myself, but I used to. I used to have days where I felt like a crappy therapist or whatever. So I would go look at my thank you note file. And we used to call it a kudos file in a place that I worked, where we were encouraged to keep those things. And it's one of the most valuable things I have ever done, is to keep that stuff. Oh, no, I don't. I used to when I was younger. I'm 49 today. I'm too old to be beating up myself. I don't have enough time left on the planet to waste on that crap. Although with medical technology, I could probably get another 60 years. So think about that. It's a buffer against negativity. It's a buffer against sliding down that hole of despair into depression, if that's what you're vulnerable to. I'm vulnerable to depression. So I create systems to remind me that to a great degree I have a choice how far I backslide. Thank you. Thank you. Blissful Banter, what a lovely Twitter handle. Did I find you on Tag Tribes? I feel like I've seen your name before somewhere. Do you have any questions about oils, or what's in your buffer bag? Do you have some collection of things that keep you positive when you don't feel so positive? I'm supposed to show you this cup in the middle to remind you that my name's Michelle Wolf and I'm at CaddyshackDesigns.com. Collect some oils, yes. The citrus oils are super uplifting. Anything that smells strong that's going to bring you back to your body. What's in your electronic buffer bag? I keep lists of articles, links to articles that inspire me. Pema Chodron, Martha Beck, people like that who inspire me and remind me that I'm a powerful being. And a sketchbook. Sketchbooks are great. I'm a portrait artist too, so drawing is wonderful for the brain and stress. And yeah, it's a great idea. Hey, you can make a little tiny altar on your desk at work, Nina, and no one would ever know what it was. Oh, coloring books. Yeah, we talked about coloring books once. Oh, it's a mood shifting tool. We're supposed to have a mood shifting tool on Mondays, and I totally forgot, but so we'll call it this. So those are things that you can do to get yourself back on track. Make a little altar in your office. It can be anything as simple as like just a few little rocks. You could put a little bottle of oil that you like that makes you feel good with a few little rocks or a feather, some leaves. My daughter went to Waldorf school when she was in kindergarten, and one thing of value that we really took from that experience was having a little seasonal table in your home. You could do this at work too. Just a little area where you acknowledge the passing of the seasons. So like the fall table would have like one of those little baby pumpkins, maybe a few leaves from outside, a little little chrysanthemum. You can put your little nutmeg and cinnamon oils with that for fall. Then in winter, you just change it out every season. It kind of helps that we can lose track of our connection to nature if we live in the concrete world. So a little seasonal altar can help you stay in touch with the cycling of the world, the seasons. Hello, Hubster. Hubster cooked me chocolate cupcakes earlier, so I'm very fat and happy right now. And I have tea. I have green tea and chocolate cupcakes, so you really can't go wrong with that. Without the frosting, because frosting's gross. Any questions? Seasonal altars? A buffer bag. No, I can tell you real quick. It's just a bag of things that bring you back to being positive. So mine has books, inspirational quote, magazines about nothing, cats and gardening, things that I like. Anything that when you're in a bad mood kind of brings you back. So paint chips, because I like the colors and I like to think about painting, although I don't actually paint. Yeah, happy stuffs. Inspirational books. It's one of my favorite books. Happy stuffs. Just a box of happy stuffs. Things that remind you why you're staying positive. Things that remind you, if you're into spirituality, to reconnect to your sense of spirit. Some oracle decks if you like cards. Mine has a little Reiki journal in it. And then one of my most important tools is remembering that I tell myself stories and I have control over that. Loving What Is by Byron Katie. You can find her online at thework.com. And she's on YouTube. Byron Katie. Tons of good stuff there. And then my crochet supplies sit next to it. So anything I can do. There's also Young Living oils in it. Yes, she's an amazing, amazing woman. Those concepts about telling ourselves stories are not new, but how she puts them together were absolutely inspired. I had the oil Gratitude in that box, and the oil balance in there. So yeah, a box of happy stuffs to remind you when you are having a crappy day. Earlier we found matches in my stuff. Yeah, so weird stuff. So we're here every Monday to talk about an oil and a mood shifting tool. Arson, in case you feel arsonistic, you have matches. I'm at CaddyshackDesigns.com. My name is Michelle Wolf. I'm a coach for healers and helpers. I do Young Living oils, Reiki, cat home design. I'm a portrait artist. Yes, matches for candles. My mom's a party light distributor, so I'm sure that's how I got those in there. There's candles everywhere. We like smell. We like smells around here. North Georgia is prone to mildew with all the water, and we like all the water, but we don't like the mildew and the smell that sometimes comes with being in a wet geographical area. So a lot of fire. I burn a lot of fire to kind of counteract all the water, and we just like a lot of smells. Brings you back to your body. Just makes you happy. Just little things to make yourself happy, and we forget that we can do these little things to just feel good. Thank you for all the hearts and all the shares. They match they complement my blue shirt very well today with the peach and the dark blue. Yeah, so a buffer against the hard parts. A buffer against the hard parts in life. When you feel bummed out, create yourself a place to go to get yourself back on track. Because why not? Yeah, when you have those moments where you're like, this sucks, everything sucks. There's my husband, the cupcake cooker. Thanks for the cupcakes. All right. If you guys don't have any questions, Linda said hi.
Hey.
He said, hey. This is all cool. So, every Monday we talk about an oil. Every morning I'm here talking about A Course in Miracles and making spiritual concepts practical in your daily life. Like what to do when you're sitting in traffic, what to do when you hate your boss, what to do when you're having a spouse argument with your spouse. Practical things of what to do in the moment that you're struggling. So that's what we do every day, 7 days a week. And then Mondays are a Young Living essential oil discussion and some kind of tip or tool to take control of your mood and feel how you want to feel instead of letting the environment tell you how you're going to feel. Don't let your outsides dictate what's going on in your insides. You're welcome. I'm going to sign off here. I've been going since early this morning, so I'm going to go enjoy the rest of my birthday by doing a whole lot of nothing and maybe binging on like Malcolm in the Middle on Netflix or something, because that's a great lightweight, I don't want to think anymore today show. Thanks for coming. If you're new, join us again. We'd love to see you. We have a great morning group that's very supportive and loving and uplifting for each other. So we're always looking for new people to join our circle of support. Thank you. Thanks for coming. You have a great day too, and finish that paperwork. You're super lagging, so you'll get this next year sometime. Nice. Thank you. Oh yeah, your kids. Shelley, that's a great idea. Make buffer boxes for your kids when they're having crappy days. Help them pick out stuff ahead of time. That's brilliant. That's absolutely brilliant. I could do that for my granddaughters. We could have little special boxes that are just for the down days and teach them how to take control of their mood at a very young age. You're brilliant. Come back and see us. Have a great day, guys. Thanks for being here. Thanks for the hearts and the shares. So much love for you. So much love for you. Okay. Talk to you soon. Bye.